Councilman Jeffrey Brown, City Council at Large, and we're here today at the New Vision Lansing groundbreaking, where it's a $330 million development of housing of all different types scattered throughout the downtown community to help build up Lansing and make sure that we have residents who have places to go and things to do at the same time. So we're extremely excited. I'm excited to be here. We got a full house, and it's a great day.
Hello, Trini Pellivanoglu, Lansing City Council member at large. We are here today for the celebration of New Vision Lansing. This is really a transformational project. It is going to add so much housing to the downtown area. It's a very exciting time, and I think this is just the beginning of greater things to come for the Lansing region.
One of the early, really significant accomplishments that we did going from last year into this year is the tower on the Grand. When you talk about skyline change, a 28-story tower, you talk about the economic development, all the people that are going to be living here, the public improvement with a bridge going over to I-5, the vibrancy of storefronts and people walking around and enjoying Lansing, buying lunch and dinner, going to the parks, walking their dogs. There is just no more excitement and not a better way to start this year than doing a groundbreaking for our tower on the Grand. So we're excited, and we're looking forward to all the things that are going to be following. This is the first domino that we're knocking down, and you're going to see a whole lot more coming after it. We have so much going on in Lansing this year that we've done, that we're going to be doing. Today I'm coming to you from the groundbreaking of the New Vision Lansing project, which is 5 projects that we're going to be seeing throughout the next year or two. Today we're at the groundbreaking for the tower on the Grand, and we're excited to be sharing this with so many people. We have a few hundred people showing the excitement of Lansing. So this is just the first piece, and we're excited for this and everything coming after.
Hello everyone, I am Tamara Carter, Vice President of Lansing City Council at Large. I am here today at this wonderful groundbreaking with Paul Gentilozzi and all of his various friends and just visitors throughout the city of Lansing and beyond. We are here celebrating New Vision LLC. This is just one of the 5 projects that the Gentilozzi Project is doing for our Lansing city. This is just going to bring so much development to our city, all walks of life, and we are so excited that we have been part of this growth, this journey, and we're looking forward to celebrating many, many more opportunities just like this. We need to grow our city. We want to grow our city, and this is going to be a magnificent start to just making Lansing the place to be, the place to live, and the place to play. So thank you for everyone that has came to visit and to just celebrate this joyous occasion. Thank you.
All right, welcome everybody on this historic day. I'm Terry. Thanks for coming out. Take your seats, get a little bit of quiet. I would like to introduce Paul Gentilozzi, President and CEO of Gentilozzi Real Estate and New Vision Lansing. Paul, come on and let's make this happen.
Wow. I hope, for those of you who didn't know, there's food down here. I hope that all of you, being Italian, when we have a group like this, everybody has to eat something. So I hope that all of you eat and share with our friends Veg Head and of course Kewpies. So I came to my first groundbreaking in 1959. My father had moved to Lansing to head construction and development for Michigan National Bank, and we went to an event not quite as big as this on the site of the Stoddard Building, across the street from the Michigan National Tower and across the street from the Capitol. That was 66 years ago. These events are the start of the race. Now, I've spent most of my life racing cars, and you think that an event like this is the finish line. It's not. It's the beginning. 3 years of hard work have gone into having this groundbreaking. Tens of thousands of hours by our architects, Hobbs and Black, our construction managers, Crispin, structural engineers, JDH, hour after hour, meeting after meeting every week. And now the race really begins. For the next 2 years, we're going to build Lansing's tallest buildings. It's going to be, thank you. And I say we because we're a family company, and New Vision Lansing is a family company. And we wouldn't be here today at all. We wouldn't have gotten to this level of accomplishment without a great partner, Joe Kosick and his family from Bloomfield Hills. Thank you, Joe. He's podium shy, and he's got a bad foot. So as you look at some of the projects, Joe and his family own ski areas all over the Midwest, Michigan, Canada, Wisconsin, and they own a lot of great real estate in Lansing and the metropolitan Detroit areas. So it's very special when you can find a partner that you have an unequivocal, complete trust with, and it's reciprocal in our trust levels. And our dream, what we're trying to accomplish for the next generations. I'm the second generation. My sons, John and Tony, are the third generations. And in the audience, my granddaughters, Gabriella and Hannah, the fourth generations. And they're all going to be part of our city. And that means this city belongs to everybody in the room. It doesn't belong to any one of us. We create things, we move on. Sometimes somebody else owns them. But for the next foreseeable future, for the last 55 years, we've been creating buildings downtown that all of you see every day. And you don't think about the person who created it. You think about the people who occupy it. You think about the union trades that built it. You think about the people that come and go every day and make it part of their lives. So this team that we've put together, and the word team is vitally important. All of us that stand at the podium get some kind of recognition. And the recognition goes deservedly to the people who put this together. So I'd like to talk about our team, if I could, if I can find my old guy, 75-year-old glasses here. I want to talk about our team. First, our team started with my dad, Albert, who we lost in 1989, and my younger brother, Tony, who we lost in 2015. They were instrumental in the development of who Gentilozzi is and how we got to be able to join with the Kosick family to be a new team in New Vision Lansing. My sons, John and Tony, integral parts of our team. Tony runs our motorsports division. John is running the construction side of New Vision Lansing and being my math conscience every day. He and Beth and Casey, they keep track of the numbers. They make sure that the next $180 million that we spend on this project gets spent efficiently. Julie French. Julie's in our audience. She's Tony's partner, and I always know, no matter what I need, middle of the night, daytime, nighttime, anything, I can rely on Julie. Our professional team is a great bunch of people. From the Clark Hill Law Firm, Ted Rosaboom, Steve Arwood, our MISHTA MSF consultant, Kevin McKinney, our lobbyist, John Bornstein, our transformational brownfield attorneys, along with Richard Barr, the guru of transformational brownfield, Mike Morgan and Pete Kramer, and then we moved to the Chrisman Company. I worked for Chrisman in 1968. My dad got me a job there as a laborer, and I worked on the life science building at MSU. It was the best year of my life. I was tan every day. The only bad news was I smelled like kerosene when I went home every night from cleaning them damn metal panels. But Chrisman's an instrumental part of what we do. It does our big work, it does our buildings, and we do it with great confidence. Hobbs and Black Architects. Since 1984, they've been doing all of our important work. Two people from the union side that I'd like to mention. Price Dobernick, who stepped up politically when we needed help, and Steve Claywell from the Business Trades Council, who we supported from the very beginning. We're proud that the Tower on Grand is a union job. We're proud of union labor, and we're proud of all the men and women that will work on that building as we go forward. and I'm gonna go pretty quick here. I apologize about being long-winded, but I'm really thankful. Deb Muchmore, Janelle Leonard, Terry, and his group at Message Makers, they put on this event for us. They controlled what we do and where we go and how we do it so that we don't look foolish. Obviously, our mayor, from the beginning, you have to realize, the guy walks into your office and says, I'm going to build 5 apartment buildings, the biggest one being 320 feet tall, maybe $320 or $30 million. Can you help me? and there's that incredulous look that, okay, you've done some stuff in the past. I think I believe in you. Well, Mayor Shore believed in us from the beginning. And we then transferred that into working with the Michigan Economic Development Council, the MEDC, and particularly important there is Quentin Messer, obviously the director, Michelle Wildman, Jen Nelson, who has moved on to FIBC, but the real work was done by Julius Edwards and Rob Garza every week. All of those tough negotiating meetings and all of those things could not have happened without their vision in Lansing. They represent the state, but we needed some special things for the city of Lansing. The Lansing City Council. We sometimes forget that they're as important in what happens in our city. And we went to them with all these bold ideas, and at first they were apprehensive. Once we got the buy-in and their complete support, they were great supporters. The Brownfield Authority, the City of Lansing staff that we deal with every day, we're going to spend more than $3 million on building permits. This tent permit today was $300. So we're excited by that. We didn't know. So honest to gosh, at 9 o'clock, my son John called and said, we got a problem. I said, okay. He said, we don't have a tent permit. I said, Chris Mumby, the deputy mayor, a great guy who's always there to help us, had called this morning and said, you don't have a permit. So we called the fire marshal, who jumped right in. His staff jumped right in. Joe Dunn from our office ran down, got the permit done, and we're all here legally. We thought about asking for forgiveness, but it'd be worse if they kicked everybody out. Michigan State Housing and Development Authority. Director Javi's here, and Tony Lentich, her housing guy, they have been welcoming from day one. This new administration at MISTA is a bright light in development of housing in our state of Michigan. So we owe them a great deal of support. The Michigan Chamber, yeah, absolutely. The Michigan Chamber of Commerce, Tim Damon and Steve Jappinga, again, one of the key drivers that we couldn't have done without. When things got tough, when we needed the last approvals, when we needed the last political vote, they stepped in, helped us, and got us across the finish line. So that's the team. And whatever we celebrate today, all of them should be fundamental in what we celebrate. So I'm done. Next, the really important guy, he's over here, the Cheshire Cat grin, the mayor of the city of Lansing.
We were told we're each allowed to have 2 to 3 minutes, but Paul takes owner's prerogative. He's allowed. Welcome, everyone, to downtown Lansing. As I'm walking around, everyone's like, you got to be really excited. And I am really excited. This is such a huge step for us. I was actually going to tell this story that, yes, Paul and John came into my office and said, in the beginning, we're going to do 3 projects, and we're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars. And I was like, great. But again, it's not real until he comes in with the people and the numbers and the booklets and everything that's going to make it happen. We immediately got with our legislative partners. I know I saw Sam Singh and Angela Witt were here, and with Sarah Anthony, and they were like right away on board. And it kind of spun downhill. Right away, everything started happening. MISTA, MEDC. This has just been I won't say this has been perfect because we certainly always hit stumbles and things like that, but we're here. And I couldn't be more excited. This project is taking us to the next level. Lansing's a wonderful city. It's fantastic. We have tons to do, but this takes us to the next level. Where we're standing right here, it's going to be 28 stories. Everywhere you see the skyline, it's skyline changing. We're going to have housing. We talk a lot about, who's downtown and state employees and this and that. For me, from the beginning, ever since the pandemic ended, we said we want more housing. We want more people living downtown, because when you live downtown, you do things downtown. You eat lunch, you go out for dinner, you walk the dog, you hang out with friends, you go to the park, you go to the new grocery store we have. Your friends stay in the hotels. That's what comes with housing. We also know that people want to live in Lansing. Whether it's on the south side, whether it's here on the east side, they want to live in Lansing. And having this opportunity for people to live in a 28-story tower, whether you are a doctor or a nurse, whether you are a legislative staffer, you now will have that opportunity. And then after this is the first domino to fall. After this, we've got 4 more projects. He came in with 3, and now it's 5. Paul would talk to me, I don't know, once a week or so, and he'd say, we're going to increase it to 4 projects. We're going to increase it to 5 projects. I'm like, you just keep going, Paul. You call me every week and add another project. We're all good. There is just so much. When you look at this project, you look at what we're doing with City Hall and moving City Hall and a new hotel coming in. You look at what we're doing with the Ovation. We're going to have a concert hall where 2,000 people a night can go and see a great national show with a restaurant on top. CATA is redoing the bus station, so we have services for people that need services. This area is going to be completely different in 2 years, but that doesn't ignore the south side, where Walter French is going to be open later this week. It doesn't ignore the west side of the city, where we're doing work there, including one of Paul's projects. It includes Old Town, where we're going to see 2 major projects. One of the 5 that Paul is doing. There is so much going on in this city. So here we stand at really the precipice of the next phase of Lansing. I tell everybody my 2 favorite days as mayor. My favorite day is grand openings. My second favorite day are standing here with shovels doing groundbreakings. So I am excited. Like Paul, I'm not going to thank all the partners, but again, when you see the legislature jump in with $40 million to start this process, our brownfield team coming in and showing that we're going to put tax increment in the future in, with Paul saying, wait a minute, I don't want all of your tax increment because I want Lansing to see tax dollars, because he knows the services that we have to do. I don't think any other person has told me that. Keep some of your money. But he understands that we have to provide services, and that comes through taxes. When you look at the MSF and giving a transformational brownfield, when you look at MISHTA and putting housing money in, I am on a national task force called a public-private partnership. The mayor of Atlanta is the chair of it. And I came and I talked about this as a public-private partnership. And they were like, how the hell did you do that? And I told them, you put the right people in place, and it happens. And I can't do it on my own. Although people think I can snap my fingers and create a building, it doesn't work like that. So I'll end there, because I know you got other people to speak, and I'm taking my mayor's prerogative of going more than 2 or 3 minutes. But thank you to everybody, and most importantly, thank you to the Genealosi family. Thank you to Paul. Thank you to your dad for teaching you the right things. Thank you for teaching your children. You have always had the best of Lansing in mind, and you came to me, and you didn't say, I want to do this for me. You said, I want to do this as a new vision for Lansing. There's a reason that's the term that's up here and that's being used. It's a new vision for Lansing. I buy into it. I support it. It is part of our vision, and couldn't do it without Paul Giannaluzzi. Thank you, Paul.
It's my family, it's my partner, the Kosiks. A lot of people got their hand in this. The next guy that I'd like to bring to the podium is our Economic Development Director. And Carl Dorschimer is really a special guy. He, as a developer on the other side, he's the person we negotiate with. He's defending the city's position. We're trying to get the things we need instrumental in the development process to make this project happen. And this guy handled the whole thing for the last 2 years. Tough negotiations with complete class and consideration for our city. So I'd like to introduce Carl Dorschmer.
Good afternoon. I'm Carl Dorschmer, as Paul said, President and CEO of the Lansing EDC. And first of all, I want to congratulate Paul and John and the development team on getting the New Vision Lansing initiative, because it's 5 different projects, to this point. And he's been working on it for at least 3 years. I think we've been working with him for probably a year and a half. So what you don't see is all of that work that goes into getting to this point. And the tower on the Grand and the 4 other projects are going to really transform downtown Lansing and Old Town too. And the key is they are going to attract residents and visitors and workers and others. We need people downtown. We need people living, working, spending their money. You need to reach that critical mass where downtown is busy all the time, weekends, weekdays, weekday nights. You go to a city that you're like, wow, this is cool. And you notice that there's all kinds of people doing all kinds of things around the clock, essentially. So that's where we're going. There's a lot of other projects in the work that the mayor mentioned in terms of the Ovation, new City Hall, ultimately redevelopment of Old City Hall. And really over the next 5 years, downtown is really going to transform and become that kind of place that we're all proud of. And the Lansing EDC, and I also want to mention we are also the Lansing Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. So we worked with MEDC, Michigan Strategic Fund, the mayor and the city staff, Lansing City Council, and a long list of others, to provide brownfield, and this is a brownfield project where you redevelop existing properties, to use our brownfield tools to make the New Vision Lansing projects economically feasible. Because to do them right now, if you didn't have the assistance from the public sector through a public-private partnership, there was no way these could be done. And we strive for mutually beneficial solutions, and the mayor hinted at that too, in terms of not only does Paul and his partner and his development team build great products for the downtown and be able to at least get their money back and maybe a little bit more, but there's other things that are generated, there are other impacts on the downtown area. And so through all that, it's truly a partnership that really works, and you're going to see the impact. And we're really thankful that Paul came along, because downtown Lansing really needed a shot in the arm, and this is a big shot in the arm, $300 million. So congratulations, Paul, on getting this far. It's been really great working with you. And then also, I want to thank, special thanks to the Lansing EDC board, and I saw a couple board members here, Chaz and Calvin, I think, are here too, and the EDC staff in particular, Chris Klein and Chelsea Dowler is here, I believe, somewhere, and they worked with me relentlessly on the many different versions of the transformational brownfield plan and tables and spreadsheets and all these things to help represent the public sector and the public's interest. And so I want to thank them. I want to thank the board for being patient and really asking the tough questions and ultimately approving the plan. And so by using the transformational brownfield plan is truly a great tool that is only applied, and it's available through the state of Michigan. It's for projects like this that are transformational, are really going to transform downtown Lansing into something much better than it is right now. Also, as I had mentioned, so the New Vision Lansing initiative it really does show the power of these public-private partnerships, because without them, these things will not happen. There was a time many years ago where private sector just went ahead and did it on their own and made it work. You can't do that anymore. It's just, there's too many additional costs, and especially when you're redeveloping existing properties and you have to do the demolition and the cleanup, and there's all these other things. And for too long, developers have been saying, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go somewhere else where it's cheaper and do that. So we play a role in trying to reduce those costs to the private sector to encourage them to invest in Lansing. And this is a great example of it. So I want to finish with that. Today is the start of a really incredible journey that will make Lansing a better place for everyone. I mean, everybody. And again, as the mayor all says, Lansing's time is now. So enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Again, I want to talk about, I'm going to introduce a couple of friends who are politicians. And they're friends first, and they've been instrumental. But I want to stop again to thank all of the city councilmen that are here in attendance. It's so wonderful to have such an engaging, aggressive, progressive group who care about our city, whose job every day, and they don't get paid really anything. They get paid about $1 an hour for the time that they invest in working on our city. And speaking about being underpaid, Sam Singh and Angela Whitwer have been friends, in Sam's case, since he was the mayor of East Lansing. We all know East Lansing. It's that little place out by Okemos. And Mayor Singh became Representative Singh, became Senator Singh, and he's been there from the beginning, listening to crazy ideas, willing to add support. And so I'd like to bring Senator Singh up first to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. It's a great honor and privilege to be here today. I'm going to be brief. I'm going to stick to my 1 to 2 minutes as was instructed, but I'm excited, as everybody else is, about today. Today is a long time coming. It's a great partnership. That public-private partnership that you've heard already today is really what's undergirds this whole project. The fact that we have partnership between the state and local government, between different departments, whether it's the MEDC or MISTA, whether it's the private sector, great mid-Michigan companies that are all coming together to partner on rebuilding and remaking the landscape here of the city of Lansing. What makes me so excited is that we're reclaiming the river again. Every opportunity we can build something on the river that has housing and people that can look at that river is something that I believe is a game changer for the state. It's the game changer for the city of Lansing. For a long time, the city of Lansing was the home of state government, but oftentimes the state government didn't always work as closely with the city of Lansing and the mid-Michigan area. And I just say this is a commitment from the state of Michigan. I've got a great partner here that you'll hear from, Representative Angela Whitmer. I got to acknowledge my friend and partner in the Senate, Sarah Anthony, who was also instrumental in ensuring that this partnership continued. And this is a first step of many steps that are going to help rebuild the downtown here in Lansing. We're looking forward for other opportunities that we can promote between the mayor, myself, and others in the legislature. And Paul, congratulations on taking this vision, this idea that we had talked about many times over breakfast, and making it into a reality today. So thank you very much, everyone.
Today, politics is a very polarizing thing. And it gets to be about party or philosophy, and in the end, it doesn't matter. Now, Angela Whitwer lives a couple blocks away from me. And she would walk by my house during fundraising time and look at her little list and said, "He's an R, don't stop there." I was never an R or a D. I had a college roommate guy that went on to be the governor for a while, and so somebody put me on the R list. So I can't tell you what a great friend Angela has become and how absolutely critical she is to what we're doing. Angela Whitwer.
I just mentioned to Pat Gillespie, I can barely feel my feet to be able to walk up here. I do have prepared remarks, which everyone has already said everything on my prepared remarks. So I wanted to just thank everyone for being here. I started at Sparrow, and I remember the fight between putting the bridge across Michigan Avenue and obstructing the view of the Capitol, and then taking a boat down the river with Pat Gillespie and listening to the vision of making our city more accessible, more vibrant. And then by chance, I met this guy, Paul Gentilozzi, and we talked about this tower and the changing of the skyline for the city of Lansing and bringing important housing to the Lansing area. It was a major factor of negotiations over the last 2 years when I was chair of appropriations in the House, and Senator Sarah Anthony is the chair of appropriations in the Senate. And we worked on making sure that there would be affordable housing in our area and making sure that we brought jobs to the downtown area with our great partners in labor. So Paul is correct. My team has walked more than 200,000 doors in the last 7 years. Never once have we knocked on Paul Gentilozzi's door. And I pretty much am certain that he still will fall off of our list next year when we start knocking doors. But when you meet someone as you age, you know immediately if you're going to be friends and if you're going to trust people. And when I met Paul, I knew that I had a new friend in my life. And he has been a great partner for us. He's been a great partner for this city. His family has a legacy of building this city up to being what it is now, and we are going to bring back the vibrancy of downtown Lansing, and the skyline will change. And I'm so proud that I was able to be a part of doing this for the city of Lansing. And thank you, Gentilozzi's. Thank you for your partners, Kosiks. It's been a really proud moment for all of us to be able to watch this be done. So thank you.
So a lot of people have talked and given opinions. The next guy is the most important guy to me because he's made sure I didn't make everybody mad. My son John is the balance in our relationship. My partner Joe, he's smiling over there. Joe knows that when he wants the logical answer, not the emotional answer, to call John. He's one of my two sons who I'm so proud of, both of them, and I'm honored to be able to work with them, and I'm honored to leave what we're creating to them when I'm gone, and my wife is gone, and my grandchildren hopefully are following in their footsteps. So the guy who really knows what these projects are about, John Gentilozzi.
I'll do my best not to talk too long. And it's great to see everybody here. It's great to see everybody in their business clothes. The folks I'm most interested in seeing are wearing hard hats and high vis behind us. Those are the guys that I really want on this site because we need action here. So it was August 8th, 2023, when we all gathered across the street in the atrium and we announced the New Vision Lansing initiative. That was 608 days ago. I don't know if it feels like more or less than that because we go to work every day trying to make this project happen. In the time since then, we've gone from 3 projects to 5 projects. We've added the Ingham Building and Old Town. We've received approval for a transformational brownfield, and we're here today to bury a shovel in the ground for the largest project in the series and the tallest building in Lansing, the Tower on Grand. I can't count the number of revisions that we've seen through the design phase of this project. I'm sure the folks at Hobbs & Black have an estimate. The pool alone has had more homes than I have. But these revisions served a purpose. We've developed a truly class-leading multifamily tower, not just for Lansing, not just for Michigan, but for the entire country. If you're going to wrap a 300-foot tall building in 2.5 acres of glass, it should be the best glass possible. It should be the most energy efficient building possible. If you're going to have a 30-foot tall lobby, you should fill it with art that inspires your residents as they pass through it every day. And more importantly, if you're going to have a pool, put a movable wall in front of it so you can use it all year. That's the pool lesson for today. I can quote facts, figures, information about this building for the rest of the time that I'm up here, but we didn't come here for words. We came here for action. We came to take the first steps in a transformational series of projects for the future of Lansing. We begin by making a hole, a damn big hole. But ultimately, it's the hole that these projects fill that's important. Our goal is to fill the void that exists in downtown Lansing today with people that will shop and dine and work in our capital city. We do that by creating spaces that attract residents, investors, business owners to a place where these things were once familiar. From the 28th floor, you can, in our observation deck, a good eye will be able to see to Grand Ledge. From the penthouse lounge looking the other way, Michigan State's easily in your view. But these places in the distance are not what's important. What's important is what lies just above the 47 caissons that underpin the foundation of this building. It's the people that walk on the street. It's the foot traffic. It's the people that now walk to work, that walk to dinner, that go to a show. So let us wait here no longer. We've got 60 million pounds of concrete to pour to anchor the future of downtown Lansing. Thank you. I was intending to drop the mic, but since Paul's going to make me do the next introduction, I want to bring someone up here who may seem out of place at this groundbreaking. As a fellow competitor in the downtown multifamily market, you might think that Pat Gillespie is an odd choice to have come and speak at this groundbreaking, but I can tell you nothing is further from the truth. One of the first people that reached out to us when we announced this series was Pat, and he said, "Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for bringing these things to this market." Pat is someone who cares deeply, not only about Lansing, but downtown Lansing, and only wants things to be better for everyone here. So ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Pat Gillespie.
I still may be an odd choice, so it works. It is odd that we're here, but it's been great getting to collaborate with Paul and John and to hear their vision. I'm going to be extremely short. I just want to say thank you. What you're doing is not just putting up a building and putting a team of people to do it, but you're taking massive risk in what you're doing. A lot of people don't realize millions, tens of millions of dollars of your own money are going into this, and without that risk, nothing happens. So thank you for doing that. Why I'm here kind of representing other developers, the business community, and fans of downtown Lansing. Why do we think that this is important? Why do we think this is impactful to Lansing? You would think as a competitor, I don't want more apartments. We want them to just stay at our place. But when they add 600 to 700 people downtown Lansing, what you're going to do, the bar restaurant scene, the current ones are going to grow and have more business. And it won't be long. We will have more bar, restaurants, entertainment. They will come. They're already getting calls because of the momentum that you're creating. And it will feel safer on the streets, on the riverfront, because of all the people you're bringing down. So on behalf of the business community, the other real estate developers in the community, thank you for taking the risk and the time to put this project together. We will be your biggest cheerleaders over the next couple of years. So kudos to you. Thanks.
Pat's too modest. I know we want to get done with the talking part, but he's the reason we're doing this. His work up and down, his family's work up and down Michigan Avenue set the precedent. They're the approach to downtown. They are downtown. And the new Myers development and all of the apartments in the Stadium District and the work he's doing in Frandor, they're absolutely inspirational for all of us. And when we called him the first time and said, we're thinking about doing some apartments downtown, I thought he might be pessimistic, but he wasn't. He was 100% supportive. And that to me shows real class and a person who really cares about our city. So I really want to thank Pat again. This is the end. What we're going to do next, we're going to get the players who are part of the team together. And as we do the dirty work, I want to thank everybody who took the time in this cold day. Last week it was 55. All of you, we owe all of you. And the next time we get together needs to be on the 28th floor on the observation deck, and we're going to have a party bigger than this, and all of you are invited. So thank you very much.
My name is Delisa Fontaine. I'm the director for the Department of Neighborhoods, Arts, and Citizen Engagement. And we are so excited to be here at the groundbreaking for the New Vision Lansing here in downtown. We are excited because it will open up a whole new world of new residents in the downtown Lansing area. And once everyone gets settled in, our department looks forward to welcoming the new residents and hopefully a new civic organization to help boost our department and our neighborhoods and all of our citizen engagement. So we're excited for everything that's coming.
All right. Well, I'm Carl Dorschmer, and I am President and CEO of the Lansing Economic Development Corporation. And this project is one of 5 total projects that compose the New Vision Lansing. All right. This is one of 5 projects that comprise the New Vision Lansing initiative. And what it means for Lansing is more people downtown, more businesses, more visitors. What we need is people, and that powers your whole downtown. So we're really thankful that the Gentilozzi family has stepped up and is willing to invest $300 million on 5 different projects that will totally transform downtown Lansing.
Sure. Peter Spatafor, Lansing City Council. I'm thrilled to be here today. We're talking about 600 to 700 new housing units, multiple developments across downtown and Old Town. This is going to be huge for development. It's going to be huge for filling in urban spaces. Really, this is the kind of economic development we're looking for here in the city of Lansing, and it's going to be an exciting next few years as we watch the skyline change and more people move to our downtown.
Hi, I'm State Senator Sam Singh for the 28th District. Today's been an exciting day. It's a long time coming for a state public-private partnership with local developers, the city of Lansing, a number of state departments coming together to help rebuild downtown Lansing. It's going to bring a number of housing opportunities here right on the river, and it's going to help rebuild downtown Lansing.
Paul Gentilozzi, Gentilozzi, and I'm the lead dreamer. My job is to dream. My job is to imagine, and we do that. I wrote a paper once in graduate school titled "The Fear of Being Ordinary or the Drive to Be Extraordinary." Now, I haven't gotten there yet, but we're working on it. And what we're trying to do, this is our city. I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine who grew up with me in Colonial Village on the south side of town. And we were talking about we could live anywhere. We could be anywhere, but this is our home. This is where we live. This is where we've raised our children. This is where we're going to die. And when you're 75, that's closer than you think. I lost recently a really dear friend, Joel Ferguson. And Joel had a saying, not making a decision is making a decision. And we made a decision to be part of Lansing, just like the Gillespie family did, just like the Granger family, just like the Ferguson family. All of us are committed to our city, and our job now is to act on it, to take a little risk or a lot of risk. The more money you owe, the less likely the bankers are going to put you out of business. So we're going to owe a lot of money. We're going to make a lot of jobs. We're going to pay a lot of money to the city to help it grow in areas outside of what we do. And
in 3 or 5 years, we're going to have a great big party when all of this is done and 1,000 people work downtown. Then I'll be happy.